apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot.
You don't have the right to do
Citizen's arrest.
Citizen's arrest?
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing?
Yeah, citizen's arrest.
Oh my god.
Under citizen arrest.
I don't like this. Because that means that literally anyone could go up to me and try and arrest me on the spot and then like...
I mean, if you're doing a crime, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't trust people. I don't trust people to get shit done.
Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's when she had me confused in my moment earlier. That's what had me confused in my moment earlier testimony. Yeah, I don't know why I said moment. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile.
You're trying to make yourself look good, but you're not.
You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
Yeah, like seriously.
I strike like a snake. I bite like a cobra. Cobra.
I mean, when a cobra bite is the same as a snake, because they're snakes.
That's me, Angel Star.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Thank you. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten.
Are you telling me you're gonna assault me now? No dicks.
Note to
self-attorney right get bitten by snakes. How did you get that? Okay, whatever.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain.
I really doubt the try to resist part because she like literally confessed to the crime.
She knocked my hand aside and kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
Like you?
Leopard woman. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you will.
I will.
I will.
Okay.
Alrighty. After the murder. Alright.
Okay. So where is this partition on the floor plan?
I'm sure she meant this wall next to the car.
That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high.
She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then?
I mean, what the hell? Why would you try to hide in a stupid car garage? You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
No, you said you were 30 feet away from her behind the fucking fence. Yes!
Yes.
Press her! I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was...
She was a visitor. Thus, she was parked in Block B. B block.
So you witnessed the murder from here?
That would make it about 30 feet away from the car, yes.
Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right. But there was a chain-linked fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The cough-up queen, lunch lady, athlete, indeed.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. Like, seriously, in those shoes?
Right.
How come Miss Skye didn't get away? Wait. I want to see, is it on the floor plan? That's not the floor plan.
Yeah, the fence is there.
No, I meant the rest of it. Okay.
Oh, no. Keep on pressing.
She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say?
If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Why would you remember the muffler but not about anything about it? Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard from her was all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking, but it was someone else? Oh.
Oh.
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? You mean this cell phone? Ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at this crime scene?
Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory is more like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
What?
No, the court does not see Miss Wright.
Thank you.
Star, Miss Wright.
Miss
Wright!
That's me. Because I'm Phoenix Wright right now.
The chief prosecutors first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right.
That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her her cell phone. I yawned, sorry.
That's kind of impressive from a parking garage. I don't know.
Yeah.
And back in those days, parking garage and cell phone.
Especially in 2001.
Well, considering it is 2017 now.
And I still get bad reception in garage towers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, car garages and cell phones just don't mix.
No, they don't. Heck, the new building at... Never mind, I was going to mention a location really close to us.
The question is, would they know it? Because no one knows this area.
I was going to mention the college I go to.
I mean, only the people who live around here would know. Because everyone
Google!
else...
Anyway.
Okay.
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
Yeah. You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. So fun, updated in court.
Oh.
Bum, bum. She gave up trying to use the wall on the phone, yes.
I just wanted to see what's news. The muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Okay.
There's a pretty big contradiction.
5:18.
She gave up
using
using the phone on the wall.
And just used her cell phone to call her sister? What?
Look at the evidence. Just go through evidence. Probably a good idea. Ding.
5:18.
That's still pretty close to when the murder
That's
happened.
pretty close when the murder happened, but
So
that's like 3 minutes after the post murder. By the time that she would climb the fence and call.
Yeah.
That seems a bit too long.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she could climb the fence in 3 minutes. I would believe that.
Yeah.
But like 3 minutes. If I had committed a crime and I was trying to escape, I wouldn't hang around to stare for like 3 minutes. I had my cell phone on me.
Right. Check the floor plans.
The telephone. Didn't she say she was
Yeah.
here?
No. Well, yeah. She said that Lana was there. Yeah.
But then she said she tried to give up the telephone?
Right.
What? That contradicts. Because the telephone's on the other side.
Uh-huh.
She said she knocked over an oil drum, which we saw an oil drum being knocked down, on the other side of the phone.
Right.
It would be next to the car. On the side with the car, and not the side with the phone. For her to try to... If she was over there near the telephone, and then she calls her phone, and then she was trying to escape from her, she would not be running to the chain fence, because that makes no sense.
She also wouldn't have seen that her try to telephone on the other side of the wall.
Yeah. Is this proof?
Is it?
I don't know. Sometimes if I want to point something out in like using evidence, Phoenix won't go with what I want to say, or I'm like 2 feet ahead or something like that.
Know.
And so I'm worried sometimes if it's not exactly what I need to present, then I need to think, is Phoenix gonna say what I'm gonna say?
Well, let's find out. I don't think there's anything else that contradicts that statement.
Oh look, there is an oil drum there. I mean, all these are not related to the phones. And the cell phone doesn't have anything, and the crime photo doesn't have anything wrong with phones. So I guess the parking lot floor plans. Let me go to the rest of her statement.
Yeah, escape, but and just of assistance is futile.
Oh, okay, that was the end of it. I'm sorry, my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Right? Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. I don't know. Run up to behind a partition to her side. Caught her on the wall. Yeah. She said that it was this here, the wall along the car side.
Yeah.
Not, and the telephone happens to be on the other side. So, there's a contradiction. I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye.
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
What are you talking about?
Have you been listening to the same testimony as we have, Mr. Wright? I mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I believe she attacked you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
She doesn't like prosecutors. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor?
Look at that statement right there.
You, who together with the chief prosecutor kicked me out 2 years ago.
Oh, you did. Now, are you saying she's not biased now, Edgeworth?
Yeah. Apparently, a lot of shit went down in 2 years ago.
Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it up. All up.
Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed a crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it.
What? Order! What is the meaning of this?
It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies.
Haha! God. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you allow me a question.
Oh no.
Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattacks begin. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about not what she saw, where she saw it, the order of events. We haven't said anything about the order of the events.
Right.
And we're not contradicting what she saw, but where she saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So where she saw it. She tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. It would be pointless to her to lie about it.
Pointless to lie. I see.
The witness did actually see Miss Skye using the emergency phone. In other words, Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright.
I think your clever wordsmith is Miss Starr.
Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
All the testimony we heard into now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Starr witnessed this crime was here. I wonder if it was the security room. She did say she went to see her boyfriend up in the security room.
Right.
I don't think she was in the parking garage, but the security room would give her access to look in here.
And see everything in the...
Yeah, it is on a second loft, and this was about, they say, 6 feet high. And if it really is elevated in the parking garage, which makes no sense to me. But she would be able to see past the wall, but also the telephone.
And also the fence.
And also the fence, yeah. And I say that's about 30 feet away from the car as well. Just the other direction.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh no, press N. Got it. This is the only place where she could have been.
The security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned.
And it also gives her the quick time to get down to the parking lot. Because climbing that fence in like 3 minutes? Hell no!
It's built on the second level, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have been seen the phone.
Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr?
How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has gotten the better of Angel Starr.
She admitted it.
Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilt will be punished. And I will do what I must to make sure justice prevails.
The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Skye? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim.
The photo also happened to be on the other side, like she said. And if she was up there, then who's down there?
That truth still stands.
It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
Huh? Me?
Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's reveal what we know. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. Oh, wow. White is not the B block. It's just B block.
Or block B.
The formation of that
right.
phrase should be backwards or have the in front of it.
Yeah.
It must have been a vital difference, but what would have changed? The angle of view to the crime. Not the distance crime. Not the difference in lighting. The angle of view to the crime. Like I said, the photo is on the other side. But she was in the security guard. If she had taken a photo, she would not have gotten the chain fence. Why, the angle in which she saw the crime occur would change.
The angle? What do you mean?
The security guard station is on the second floor, and, she would have sort of a 3D view of the crime.
And this is important. Why?
Really, Phoenix? Really?
Perhaps you'd like to reconsider, Mr. Wright.
I need to reconsider my life choices.
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Okay.
Alright.
The distance to the crime? Like I say, the distance to the... I guess it is 30 feet away along the y-axis. But if you think about, like, along the other way, it could be farther away, as in, like, if you think diagonally from her to the victim to the scene of the crime. But I think the angle view to the crime would have... I don't know. I think I'm brain farting, but it makes sense at the time.
No.
But now, it's not the difference in lighting. I at least made that clear.
Yeah, it's not difference in lighting.
But to me, it looks like this... It just seemed to me like the distance to the crime is about the same. Like, just saying, from the security guard and, like, the other side of the B block. It just seems like the distance to the crime would still be about the same, so the only difference was the angle of view to the crime. But apparently not, it's the distance to the crime. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how it would change what she saw.
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye?
Well, witness? You.
Yes.
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
I don't get that. The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible.
I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
To me, it sounds kind of like poisonberry,
Yeah.
but whatever.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station.
Then who took the picture?
And before I knew... Oh, sorry. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the crime. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
Then how did you get in? I'm sorry.
What? That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. Oh, that's quite a detour.
That is quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes?
I mean, if she ran, it probably would have just taken her like 3. Okay, I had not taken stairs into an account. Oh, that's completely different.
This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
That's not a very good thing to swear on.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch?
How much lunch do you have with you?
Absolutely!
Judge, stop eating!
Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Do I have every evidence to stop this?
Okay. Well, if this was taken after the scene of the crime, it makes sense for the blood and all that stuff. But the muffler, the cell phone would make the call would make no sense. If it indeed took her about 5 minutes to get to the other side of the chain fence, she would not be able to hear the cell phone call. It was at 5:15, and it was hung up almost immediately after she called her sister. And it did take her 5
minutes.
5 minutes to get there. Edgeworth came in at 5:12. 5 minutes from 5:12 would be 5:17. And if they're saying 5:15 is the center of crime, does that make it 5:20 to arrive to the other side? She would not have been able to hear that cell phone call whatsoever, because it would have already been over.
So
I feel like this might be it, but I feel like Phoenix will get it right here. Because we don't have they said in the crime scene, but they're not saying exactly when the crime was committed. We just know it was sometime after 5, and we know that the body died sometime an hour and a half after 4.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Where's the victim moment? Yeah, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So we know they died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. But we don't know, like, she hasn't said the time.
Right.
Because it wasn't us that said 5:15. It was like the sheriff, the marshal, saying 5:15 was when it occurred.
Mm-hmm.
And this call was, so we don't know when she did say the time when she witnessed it. So I feel like maybe this is not it, but I feel like maybe it is.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That doesn't do anything. Nothing. This goes along with what I said, but I don't know if that's correct. Now, I feel like
It's the badge.
It's clearly the badge. Our badge is the key to everything.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, object.
I feel like I need to object with the cell phone. The cell phone's I think it's the most better of the evidence to use to contradict what she said. Because we have a direct time, but we hear the time but we never heard like what time she witnessed it. So that's my only thing. Is that we didn't.
All right.
No one in this court case, in this entire court case, this trial has mentioned the time of the crime. They just know, like generally, and we don't have like a specific time in the body
Sure.
or the autopsy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like assuming she really did use Edgeworth's car, assuming she did break into Edgeworth's car, take the knife and stab the person. That would have taken at least a couple minutes after 5:12 to get into the car and grab the knife. And then she would have to call the victim over, bring him over to the car and stab him. Which would be also have some planning to do to get the victim over here to the car. And it has to be sometime after she broke into the car.
Right. So
it just seems like
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, like time-wise, from the stub to the cell phone call.
Right.
And
the travel time.
Between her and the crime to occur.
Yeah.
It's like everything's like wasting a bunch of time, and I feel like this is the best evidence to use. But at the same time, I feel like Phoenix is not gonna do what I say, because Phoenix never do what I say. And this is quite obvious.
I think it might be safe.
Safe? Okay.
Raise objection.
I always raise an objection. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You gotta make pasta in the amount of times if you like it al dente. What?
Al dente.
I don't know what that.
Soft noodles.
Okay.
I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie.
A 5-minute blink. Isn't that strange?
Strange?
If you were a criminal, what would you do in 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get me wrong, the idea. I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instinct of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She could have had her picture taken. No true criminal will act this way. It's inconceivable.
Yeah! Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony.
What?
Yeah, he didn't need to present anything. She had a grudge against the defendant, and there is a blank in her testimony.
It was clear in the beginning she had something against prosecutors.
Yeah, it was.
Even if Edgeworth was like, no, she doesn't.
Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated the witness on account of her professional history.
The other witness isn't here. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close.
I'm afraid that cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Oh, well. Hold it! Was it her? I knew it.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
The one she tried to force off on me.
I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to
Oh!
say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
Oh my gosh.
What's that?
Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Ah. This is your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple decker!
Oh my gosh, Judge!
Apparently, I did not change the audio enough to not peak. Apparently, that peaked. Out of deference to the witness determination, I'll allow one more testimony.
Judge, you're so easily swayed.
Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Should I just bring cookies and
Yes!
present it to you and be like, "Hey, Judge, you want to here? Did you want some cookies?"
Good judge, good judge. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time?